Hello and welcome to Fosi Time, your favorite Serie A podcast. This is episode 55, I think. I'm Chris. We got Frank, who's in Ohio right now, about to eat some nasty sushi. Right, Frank? Say some
Yep,
hi.
yep.
All right. We got Dan. How you doing?
Going directly against Monday Night Football this week. Let's do it.
A strategic choice yet again by the producer.
They postponed Monday Night Football to go up right against us.
And we also have Pietro. Pietro, say hi.
Hi.
All right.
I have heard that a couple of the sponsors, though, are in talks to drop Monday Night Football in favor of Tifosi Time.
That's
So-
good to know.
We're making inroads.
All right. Well, we had a busy week, right? A lot of fun games. I don't know which ones Dan picked for us to talk about, but we're going to start off. Unless you guys have anything else you want to say before we start our games here.
I mean, how can you forget about our Instagram channel that we made? It actually blew up Instagram today. It didn't work for 6 hours, all because of our channel.
One Instagram channel.
Exactly. I created one, and we single-handedly brought down the internet.
You broke. That's awesome.
Yeah, for 6
I
hours.
created it, but Dan's been doing stuff.
Oops, I hit the Eats app and I lost you. Hold on.
Yeah, follow us on Instagram too if you want to get some quality content there.
Yeah. That being said, subscribe, follow us. We're everywhere: Twitch, YouTube, all the podcast outlets. Give us a
We
follow.
literally have one platform per subscriber.
Yeah.
At this point, I'm pretty sure.
Seriously, comment. We'll comment back. We like to interact with people. So, all right, which game do you guys want to start off with?
Good
How about the
question.
Jets?
Jets and the Giants 1-2. Let's start with the Inter game because that game pissed us all off. I think, right?
I think it pissed off Pietro most.
So, those who didn't see, Inter beat Sassuolo 2-1. We saw Sassuolo take the lead actually in this game on a penalty shot by Berardi. Inter came back. Dzeko didn't start, but he was a big factor in the comeback, scoring the first goal, and then drawing the penalty. To me, a controversial penalty. I don't know how you guys felt on it when Dzeko was dribbling in and got taken out. What were your thoughts on that?
What are we talking about? I'll tell you one thing.
Yeah.
First of all, they should have the second half should have been 10 people. Inter. That was red. Whatever they say.
Wait, which one?
He's talking about Handanovic.
Yes,
foul.
yes.
It wasn't red.
You're right.
For those of you guys that didn't see it,
It wasn't red.
Right
Even
before,
didn't mean nothing. You stopped the guy.
right before the half ended,
So
Sassuolo
they
had
should
a
have
break where
they should have
Handanovic
played
came out
10
and
people.
took the guy out.
Second of all, I say few things about Inter. Inter is not the they still bring him as a favor. I think Inter lost a little bit from last year. It's not the same. And actually, it is the first 7 game. The first 2-3 team they show him how to play. They show when they press the defense, they don't even know what they're doing.
It's true.
All right. So they lack because they have the play. Let's say they have the play. They have Dezico Lautaro. So you give a chance they score. But not because they deserve to win. And then one thing about the Sassuolo, since there's that, they start to play good game, good soccer, right? But I think they a little bit arrogant. They think they're strong. They're too strong. And so if I was their coach, sometimes I wouldn't. They slow the game too much sometimes. When at time they should speed up the game instead instead they try to to pass the ball to each other. They have a beautiful play up front. They have Berardi, Boga. They can do bad things to the defense.
Yeah, he actually gave Raspadori and Scamacca a rest.
Raspadori didn't play.
He didn't
Scamacca
start
didn't
either of them.
play.
They started the Frel up top, which to me is like you have those two players and you're not starting either of them. That's
I
a
don't
mistake.
understand why.
Yeah.
Would
You
they
gave him
put
a
it
break,
for?
I guess, right?
I guess, but I mean, I wouldn't. You have both of them. Play one of them at least.
Listen, I thought Sassuolo played really good in the first half, and they could have been up 2 or 3-0.
Yeah, but
Um,
you see, Frank, sometimes the game, right? You have to know when you have to step up and when you slow down. Sometimes they slow down the game too much, which if they would have played a little bit fast, they could have put Inter in trouble, more in trouble.
It's true.
Well, you
They
saw
gave
Boga
time.
with this.
They gave time to Inter to fix themselves. Sometimes you don't have to do that. You have
Yeah,
to.
Boga created a lot of problems. So did Rogerio, who was an old
Yeah.
Juventus player that Chris reminded me. You know, they,
He played
really,
awesome.
to me, that game was a game of two halves. Like, Sassuolo could have taken advantage and scored a second goal, and they didn't, and it came back to bite them in the ass, right? With the big teams, normally with big players. I don't think Inter. I think a tie was more
About
fair.
Rogerio and the goal, Denzico score. Some is his fault because in those case, the left fullback they should come in
Well, it was also
to close the center
it was a
to
beautiful
back up
cross.
the middle.
It was
He
a
didn't do
beautiful
that.
cross from Perisic. Let's give him
Perisic,
some
right,
credit.
yeah, that was
Yeah,
a
but
nice-
if Rogerio would do the right,
I
diagonal,
blame Ferrari. I
he
blame
wouldn't have
Ferrari
scored.
more than Ruggiero. Ferrari just let him go by.
With another defender like Sandro, you wouldn't have scored that.
Sandro, come on.
No, with Sandro, you would have made the right diagonal, and they would have saved the defender in
Sandro would
the
have
center.
fallen down.
No,
and headed
no,
the
no,
ball
no.
in the net.
Believe me.
I like the way, like Frank said, Maxime Lopez played really well, especially the first half.
He did play well.
He busted it the entire game. Gave it his all. Ruggiero played really nicely. To me, again, the problems I see in the defense of Sassuolo, Kitty Kesh and Ferrari did not have a good game.
Kirikesh, I'll tell you, man, that guy. If you watch, there's like 15, 20 minutes of any game where he gives the ball away, like
constantly,
consecutive touches.
Guy.
We've been saying that for years.
I've been saying that.
He makes like stupid fouls. He's just like uncoordinated.
I don't understand why he's got his spot, like just for experience, because like he gives the ball away.
Well, I think
he's not the fastest defender,
but he's a strong guy. I think.
But don't forget.
Yeah, beat him in speed.
Don't forget they are Sassuolo in that position. They had the middle.
Yeah.
Acerbi.
Mm-hmm.
They had somebody else.
Magnani too.
Magnani.
Right? Yeah.
Now they have the scam over here.
Yeah. Their center backs are definitely the weakest part, I would say, of their team.
So, but also, like we said, I didn't like the way they set up as far as starting the team with not having Raspadori or Scamacca there.
Ferrari didn't play the good game.
No, he didn't. That's what I'm saying. I credit him. I give him the blame for Dzeko's goal. He went clear past him.
A little bit to Rogerio. He shouldn't be closer to the middle.
I thought Handanovic had a really good game. Like Frankie said, they could have had 4 goals in the beginning. But Handanovic made some nice saves, which was good to see. I mean, I'm not a fan of his. I think he's past the prime, but he made some really quality saves.
I agree, but to what he was saying before, that I think that was a red card. I don't even think he should have been playing.
Yeah. No, yeah.
It's a red card because you see, even he tried to avoid it, like you say, he got it with the elbow in his face, close with the foot, left foot to get to the right foot, so he was foul. He stopped the guy.
Yeah, I agree.
So it's everybody saw, just the ref didn't see.
In the end of the day, I think
I don't understand the VAR didn't come back either.
Yeah, that's what I didn't.
Yeah, that's the weird thing. Yeah. Do you guys notice that? Like, there's some games that are non-Juventus games where, like, you think it's absolutely going to be a VAR check, and they don't even check.
Yeah, I think we were texting, and you're like, he's got to be thrown out, and I was like, well, they're going to look at it.
They didn't call him at all.
Yeah, no. That was strange.
So Chris made a good point. If it's not a red card, then it should be a yellow for diving. Then.
Well, I said that. Yeah, so you give him a yellow for diving. You give him a yellow for diving.
Be like, well, that's it. Let's go to halftime. It didn't make any sense.
It's either or, right? It wasn't just something that happened. Something obviously happened there. So give a yellow for diving.
It was a yellow card for simulation, no?
That's what we're
if
saying.
it's no foul, right, then it should be something. It shouldn't just be like,
Oh,
you know,
the guy throw himself on the ground.
Yeah.
I understand.
yeah. It's
So
in the end of the day, I think we all agree that Sassuolo could have deserved a point at least. But as much as we hate on Inter, right, and it wasn't their best game, this is also the make of good teams. Like if they manage to get points when they don't play that great.
that
So
was
if
a
they
good win,
continue to do
win.
that over the course of the season, they're going to end up towards the top 1 or 2, right?
Mhm.
That's what happens. I don't think they will still, but it's a good win for them because they didn't play that great and they got
But
outplayed in the first half.
we say about the defense, into defense. If they're pressing them, they don't know what they're doing. Even the midfield, Inter midfield is in a playground.
Yeah, but a perfect
No.
example of that was when De Vrij made the mistake, when they pressed, and that led to the goal on the penalty shot.
They did so many mistakes
Yeah.
too. Once they did it with Verona.
Mm-hmm.
Let me
They
ask you,
score.
are you guys ready to say that I'm correct 7 games in? Who's more important, Barella to Inter or Locatelli to Juventus?
But that's Barella's better player.
Yeah,
Give it time. Give it time. Give it
Comparison,
time.
okay, we need the more Locatelli.
Give it time.
yeah. I mean, but Barella plays with more quality players, so he's not as important. But
Yeah,
he's
but
a better player.
even him is could go down because he get tired.
Yeah, I think Barella is a player that needs to be in top physical shape to do his running. And when he loses a step or loses a little bit of that ability to outrun, then you see a loss because he doesn't end up in the offensive positions as often, right? To be able to score, to go into the box. So, I mean, Barella's a good player. Don't get me wrong. He's a great player. But I don't think, I don't think he started the season that great, to be honest with you.
I would disagree. He's got
Hey,
5 assists.
you know what else?
But
They say Inter won for the Inzaghi change. The substitute.
yeah,
I don't think the people that come in and did the great things. Well, Vidal, what he did.
Well,
I didn't see him play.
this is
so
something.
Marco helped a little.
But he always makes that same sub and subs Bastoni
Yeah.
for DeMarco. I don't like that. Bastoni can play the ball. Why are you getting rid of him?
Yeah, but
I
he
know.
didn't have a great game.
No, I don't think he did either. But you don't want to get just stuck in habits just to make subs to make the subs. You want to make
It's a
subs
good
that
point.
It's like Pirlo last year, same sub.
I'm going to take this guy out for this guy at the 75th minute. That happens every week. That kind of stuff is stupid to me. But the one thing that we criticized Inzaghi before, he's not afraid to use the subs. I like that. It's just sometimes he uses them too early, all of them too early. But he will make the changes as opposed to
he made
Allegri.
3 at one time. I think here 4. How many?
Yeah, I mean, but he usually uses.
But at least
all
he
of them.
wasn't afraid to do that, right?
Yeah.
Say, okay, we got to change the game.
So I like that. Yeah. Anyway, it's a good 3 points for them. They, good for them. But we'll see when they start playing more challenging teams. Let's go to the Juventus game, and we'll talk about that. The derby.
Hey, listen to me. I want to just start to say, I see the stats in there. Torino has a 13 shot on goal.
No, 13 shots, 2 on goal.
Well, one save just did, what's his name?
Okay.
Just
1-0 Juventus.
Save on Mandragora. And then what?
For those
I know one thing. I think I like a little bit Juventus. I think in the first 5 minutes it should be 2-0. They were like.
Yeah, well,
Then we had McKen miss 1 goal with them,
Mm-hmm.
And then
He missed 2, didn't he?
Other player, Rabiot, they lost they missed the last pass. They want to go in with the ball in the nets.
Yeah.
Come on, what he did.
Let me just say, for those who didn't see the game, it was 1-0 Juventus. Okay, before we start getting into that, what you're saying is correct as far as Juventus should have had more than 1 goal, especially in the beginning. McKennie missing a few. Like he was saying, Rabiot trying to dribble the ball into the net instead of taking a shot. These players who have the ball and have open shots and try to cross for the perfect cross, that's frustrating. Put the ball on net. Let something happen. They don't do that enough.
Well,
They try to get the goal in the net. With the goal,
I will say that I think what we've seen from Juventus over the last 3 games since the beginning is I see the group itself. There's been an improvement in terms terms of how the team set up on
As
the
a
field
team,
defensively.
willingness to fight.
Yeah.
Yes. You can say.
Yeah, still,
and then on the stats, possession 72 Torino. What are they talking?
Well,
No, sorry, that's a typo.
You
That's a
found the
typo.
typo.
That's a typo. It's Juventus had
found the
50.
typo.
It was 47% possession.
72
Brought
and
to you
53.
by
Who's the
Whiteout.
math?
It's
Who's the
47. 47%
I
possession.
hung up on the stats.
47.
Yeah, it's a
Torino.
typo.
No, but 72 and 53 makes 120.
Yes, obviously it doesn't make sense. It's a typo.
You're ruining our whiteout segment. Our sponsor is going to be very upset.
Jeez.
Yeah, but I don't want to
news,
think you
fellas. Charlene
an
is approaching
alphabet or
with my dinner.
something. Come on.
All right, so continue talking about the actual game. Forget the stats.
So I'll say this is what I'll say about Juventus. I think they're improving in the sense that you can start seeing them understanding how Allegri wants to play. They're more comfortable absorbing the pressure. They're more compact in terms of defense. There's less space. They're not getting run around, right? All that's positive. They didn't give up a goal, which is great because that's there's been a hard
Clean
thing
sheet
to
for
do
the
recently.
first time.
Yeah.
And Torino's a good team. So I know
Yeah.
you guys are pretty
Yeah.
hard on saying that, they didn't play good. Torino's a good team. I think he's got
Yeah,
to play
it's a
well.
good team, but he deserved to lose. Let's face.
No, it's fine. I'm fine with the result. I'm just saying I think normally in a 1-0 game, if it wasn't Torino and it wasn't where they were just 5 games ago, I'm trying to look at the positives. I think the positives is defensive shape and how
but
good they
what
are
it
in the
says,
back.
Torino played better game, and just he had it in front of Juventus. You see, Sanabria, Brecalo didn't do nothing. Sanabria didn't touch a ball.
Zanabria was awful. Yeah.
I know for him because the lead didn't make him touch a ball.
So, Chris, go ahead.
I'm great. They got the win. Awesome. There's still a lot of negatives. McKennie is absolutely lost. Bernadette should not see the field.
Maybe not too much. Maybe in general he's gonna
Maybe.
leave it.
Bernadeschi shouldn't be on the field. Keane
No,
played great.
Bernadeschi lately, I didn't.
I don't know.
He does his little thing. He dropped down. He dropped.
But that's the
again.
problem I think that Chris is saying. Like the most you could hope from Bernadeschi is his little play, right? Like this is Bernadeschi playing with the confidence of the coach behind him. And this is what
that's my point, and it's still not good. It's like what?
No,
what-
it's not great.
No, but he does something. He fell physically. By
he
the
looks
end.
winded all the time.
Yeah, but it's before. If you remember, before he used to lose the ball all the time. Now he does something with the ball.
All I'm saying is, for me, I'd rather see someone else up there than.
Yeah, but you don't have somebody else. You have.
I think Keane.
Unfortunately, George, you didn't see him too much.
I know
No,
that
I put it for the
disappointed
last
me.
5 minutes. I think Keane had a really bad game considering.
Yes.
Because like Keane needs to understand what he's playing right now. He's playing the forward on Juventus that needs to be the ability to hold the ball up, let the team run off of him, play it off. And he's not trying to do any of that. Like he's not holding the ball up. He's not like
I think he's too fragile still.
I don't think he's going to Juventus next year.
Cattiveria.
He's on
You
Yeah. He is. Oh, hold on. I'll be back.
Anyway, did you see one
by
thing?
DoorDash.
Did you see one thing for triple games ago? We were in the last position.
Well, so that's the good thing is that
Now we have 11 points. I know it's difficult to get to die, but we caught 2 teams already. Lazio, what is the other one?
the Atalanta passed.
Atalanta. We caught them to 2 already. Now,
Anyway,
in other words, we can get a 50 spot next game, because if we beat Roma next game, Juventus Roma, we get to 14 and day 15.
so that's the good thing is they're not playing great, but they're winning. So that's a good sign.
Well, and they're playing better.
Yeah, they are playing a little better. 2 things I want to point out this game. First shutout, you guys said yes, 21 games, whatever. First game, Bonucci hasn't played. Is there a correlation there?
Well done, Dan. Well done.
I know you guys like to shit on him. So
Listen, I my take. My take is Chiellini and De Ligt are always going to be a better combination than Bonucci. You know that. Like
Mhm.
Bonucci, I'll say it again, was an average defender who had an above average career because he got to play with Barzagli and Chiellini.
Yeah, but lately Bonucci is playing good. Come on.
Good for what? In what way? He gets beat for corners. We give up header goals every time there's a free kick.
He's physically
He
not
can't
strong.
defend.
He's not fast.
In what way?
I wanted to point that out, but I also wanted to point out my issue with his lineup over here. Okay, putting Chiesa up top, not having Cuadrado on the wing. They had nothing on the sides of the field.
Yeah.
And you saw that. They had no creativity on the sides. They had to play everything to the middle because you can't play through Rabiot. You can't play through Bernadeschi. That's a huge issue.
And I think it stifled Chiesa too. It stifled Chiesa in the
first half.
middle.
He did nothing
because he had less room and he couldn't. He had no space to put pressure on the forward. So I don't like that at all.
Doesn't matter of fact, they say with the entrance of Cuadrado, the game changed.
Yeah, it did.
Yes, it did. There was a threat on the outside
from the beginning.
Well, that's my point. So why is Bernadeschi starting? That's my point.
No, why?
I think someone had a theory that he's dating his mom, Allegri.
Well, I mean, he's fixated on putting Danilo at right back. When that's Cuadrado's spot, he should be there. He's much better.
So my take, the only thing I can think of is he basically saying my defense is better defensively with Danilo than Cuadrado. That's the only thing he was saying.
Basically,
right?
Yeah,
of course, yeah.
But he's creating this confusion with Cuadrado playing a wing. Mm-hmm. Right, like he's a right fullback, one of the spots that was good, and it's like now we can't even get him on the field. It's weird.
And he's the one who made Cuadrado a fullback.
No, that's was to rest a little bit.
Yeah, I know.
Maybe the chance to put him on the second half.
They can't play every game.
But rest for why? Because now there's no game next week. So what's he resting?
No, but you have to think the past game he played all the games.
So you don't have Chiesa on the wing. You don't have Kulusevski even for speed. You don't have Cuadrado. They had nothing on the outside.
No Dybala, no Morata.
Kulusevski, the 10 minutes he played well, huh?
Well, I mean, the best he's played, but not.
He did the post.
I don't know. Allegri gives me a headache. Like McKennie played the entire game.
And he played awful.
I don't understand.
What was he watching? Like, why didn't he put Bentancur in?
I don't understand.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, these people see what they do?
He was lost. Absolutely lost. He doesn't know what role he is.
I still think, as bad as he's playing right now, McKennie, he's better than that. I still want to say
for sure.
Listen, he showed more the first games he was there. He's just
better,
off
Frank.
now.
It's better. Frank, it's better, but you have to look the performance they do right now.
Yeah, of course. I'm not saying he should have came out.
So when you're not that good, you take him out.
That's what I mean. I would have taken him out in a half.
I mean, there was points of the game where McKennie was running around, and I turned to Chris because we were watching this together. I go, "What the hell is he doing? What is he doing? What position is he playing?"
If you think Inter, the Inzaghi, he switched 4 people one.
Yeah, he does it right. Yeah.
And I'm not even saying this to be facetious. Do you think there's still a language barrier for McKennie? Like,
no, listen,
do you feel like he doesn't understand the movement and the direction? Maybe.
Frank, they speak English too. They can communicate. I'm not
you notice when Agnelli was talking to McCann, he say something, McCann shake his head.
I saw that too. It seemed like it just but I didn't see a whole lot of processing going on there.
All right, well, Frank, why don't you tutor him in Italian or something?
Listen, he needs a better tutor than me in Italian. But I'm just saying, we're all seeing it, that he's running around and it looks like he doesn't know what position he's in. So,
and then also confidence goes with that too, though. He has zero
confidence. His confidence goes with that too. But especially when there's trying to be like an in-game change, where the couple subs, he seems to get more lost.
Yeah.
So why is that? Now I blame the coach. I'm not blaming McKennie so much.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get it with this game confidence. He starts you, show you what you can do.
Yeah, he starts you after being benched for so many games and being criticized by everyone.
He started going back to Allegri. You see what he was doing. After 56 minutes, you can put him out.
And then you crush his confidence even more.
No,
so there's a lot to play with that.
No, it's not true because you have five substitutions. It's 16 people playing.
He sent him home to the national team. He's dealing with a lot right now.
I think one of the things that Chris said, I think, or Dan, one of you guys texted me during the Genoa game, right? And it was just like Ravella would play in this midfield all day long next to Locatelli.
Yes.
And you want to change the feel of Juventus. If you have a couple players like that, like Rovella on the field in midfield with Locatelli, maybe instead of next year Kane and Morata, maybe you turn it into one Vlahovic. Like that's what you need to do to make a jump.
Hey, you want
Right?
America? Hey, you want an American? Get a Busio.
Yeah, Daddy loves Busio.
Before
I
we
love
get on
him.
the Busto
I think he's
train,
one of the best midfield in
He's good.
Serie A.
come on.
Busio is solid. As
How
Frank
about you,
Ruffles is there.
Venezia?
Yeah, we'll talk
They
about
give
it.
the ball to him all the time. He's close to them.
And he
But we have to take
demands.
that into consideration. The fact that it is Venezia and they get the ball the whole
But
time.
to be that young and
But that's
demand the
the
ball.
midfield. Midfield has to be close to the action all
That
the
I'll
time.
grant you. He runs into the action and asks for the ball.
Yeah.
That I'll
And-
do.
and
Hey,
some-
he scored too.
Time out. So does Ravella. They just don't give him the
Yeah.
ball. Genoa sucks.
Yeah,
When
Ravella,
they give
you're right.
Ravella, they don't give it the ball
You're
to
right.
Ravella.
Ravella
But
puts
to
himself in position, they
Busio,
just don't
I
give
don't
him
know
the ball.
what. Maybe the coach will tell them, or maybe the player, they're a little bit, down and they recognize he's the best and they give
Yeah.
the ball to him.
Because I
And-
see
and-
Ravella making
You
those
know,
same
man,
exact
how many,
movements
how
and they
many,
skip them.
how many play those Busio during the
Mhm.
game? A lot.
And one thing you'll notice, and Chris points this out every time we're watching the game together, whenever anyone has the ball, they run away from the player with the ball.
Yeah.
Except for the ball is the only one who will come back and
Yeah.
show for the ball. Everyone else is sprinting forward. Like
I think
you can call for the
will
ball.
show too.
Yeah, but
Locatelli will show.
But they're all expecting like someone else to make the play. It's like you should want the ball. I don't understand.
That's how you know we have a bad midfield.
Yeah,
Mhm.
like
That's how you know because they don't know how to run into a little bit of
Hey,
space and call
why
for the
you
ball.
say I mentioned Busio?
Yeah, he
Yeah,
demands
I
the ball.
get it, but also they look for him. It's like watching Colombia with old Valderrama.
No, but you
Where the
see,
ball always
if
went
they
to him,
were
like,
looking for Busio, he show up too.
he does show up. So does
You
Ravella. though.
remember
Ravella shows
Pirlo?
up. They just
He
don't
used
play in
to
the ball.
take him the ball even it was marked.
Yeah. But
So
Ravella,
he show up. He's there. That's him. That's why they give the ball to him.
watch Ravella
You
next
see,
game
you
with
see
Genoa.
Rabiot or Bentancur get closer to the play. No.
No, but
It's
watch
looking like they
Ravella.
run away.
Watch Ravella next game. He does that. They just don't pass him the ball.
yeah, Genoa is a mess.
Genoa's a bad team.
Ravella runs just like Busio. Close
Yeah,
to
but
the
they
ball,
don't give the
space.
ball to Rovella.
Well, but
Yeah,
he
but
does
that's
the
fine.
right things though. So
And
that's
this
does
is
the
another
right
thing
thing.
is for the coach. Is to give the ball to him.
Yeah.
They should get say. Then the coach is into this mark too.
Mhm. So anyway, let's move off from this game. Anyway, they three wins in a row, very good for
A
them.
big
Also,
one versus Chelsea. We
yeah,
should
also
at least
versus
mention,
Chelsea.
right?
Wins.
Oh.
So very, very good results they're getting.
Really quickly, shout out to Milinkovic Savic. I'd rather have him than Chesney any day of the week.
He played a decent game.
I think
right?
Milinkovic Savic is
No,
really good.
no.
He's-
It's a full.
He's good. He's huge. He covers the entire net.
You know what he has? What else? The long shot. Nice. Long.
Nice pass. Yeah, his long pass is good.
No,
he's also huge.
got very good reflexes. He's also
He
got
can
very good.
he can palm the ball with one hand like at a blast. That's how big his hands are. He's
Come on, if I tell
very
you
big.
something, guys. You mentioned Rovella. I mentioned Busio. A team, you make the team even a little bit money. You
Yeah,
have to know who
Yeah.
to get.
Well, look at Mandragora on Torino. He was
Yep.
Juventus.
Yeah,
I'd rather have
Mandava,
him.
they
Yeah,
should have kept
listen,
him.
yeah.
If
and
they know they have
Mandragora.
Rabiot, Rams, Mandava should have been back.
Do you
Mhm.
remember Mandragora when Juventus came here for one of the summer leagues? I forget when this was. This must have been 5 years ago.
Yeah, we saw him play.
They played him, and I said, I think he had been loaned out for 1 year at that point. I said, Mondragona got better. I would bring him back, and you guys like laughed at me, like, no,
No, I
Daddy,
didn't. No. I
You
said
did.
the same thing.
But he should be on the. See, that's the thing. I would give our the people in charge credit if they would have made moves like that. Rovella, Mondragona, cheaper guys, but you make a better team. Instead, they don't know who they should bring back. And
Yeah,
get
but
stuck
they
with
made the
scrubs.
move. They got Rovella. Just they send him away.
That's what I mean. What I mean, shouldn't you know? Like, all right, you know what? We believe in this guy.
Yeah.
He played a year in Serie A.
It always goes back to bad
I
management.
will take example from Romero. We bought, we lost. The people made the mind.
feel like
Yeah,
he says
I-
this every
Why? Do
week.
you guys have confidence that they're going to bet on Ravella next year on Juventus? I don't.
No.
Not with the same people in charge. They could very well loan him out or sell him.
No, I don't know. When they start to talk about to give away Oh, now they start to. Now I heard that they're going to give Rams even for free, as long as they take the salary away.
Speaking of Ramsey, who's non-existent, they threw out a stat I read today. He's played more minutes for Wales than he has for Juventus, or something like that.
What?
I don't know. It's something
Really?
ridiculous.
Oh,
yeah.
in the past year,
Yeah.
more minutes
I
for
feel
Wales.
like we've seen him enough on the field, more than enough. I don't even need to see him more.
Just to wrap up with them, Arthur back on the bench. Thank God I've missed him so much.
This is another guy that's overhyped and stupid.
I can't wait till he.
I have to say, I have to say him. Don't forget the goal they scored by his mistake. He passed one ball again.
Oh, listen, that was 100% sarcasm by me. I hate Arthur. I don't think he should ever touch the field. So I'm upset that he's back on the roster.
Arthur is all mental. Like I said it last year. When the guy's under pressure and he has to dribble out of pressure in a tight space, he gets out. When he's got time, he can't make a 10-yard pass without messing up.
Yeah, but let me tell you about Arthur. If I tell him, don't dribble too much. Play more with Locatelli. At least technically.
Well, that's one advantage he has. He has Locatelli this year, which he didn't have last year to play with. But I don't know. I have to see Arthur. Does he come even in shape for 90 minutes? I've yet to see Arthur that can play 90 minutes.
He does have the technique, though, that you're saying. He does have that ability.
Yeah.
It's just he never showed it.
You got to be able to play more than 65 minutes, and you can't make stupid plays when you're not in the mood.
Yeah. Anyway, let's move on from this game. Dom, put up another game.
Caught between the moon and New York City. I don't know what that means. That's a song, isn't it?
I don't know what that means.
Oh, Arthur's theme. I get it. That's a song, Arthur's theme.
It's lost on me.
It's a great song. When you're caught between the moon and New York City.
Did we just start a singing podcast?
Yeah, we did.
Because I'm down
you
for
guys
it.
realize we're a comedy podcast?
Dom, throw up another screen, please. I don't know which game we have. I'm sick of talking about Arthur. This is the 2:45 game on Sunday, the game of the week. Milan 3, Atalanta 2. This game was such a disappointment. This game was so bad on Atalanta's perspective. You know, to go down 1-0, 30 seconds into the game, on who, you know, Calabria gets a through ball as Frankie opens his sushi in front of the camera, directly in front of the camera. You know, not the fact that Calabria got through, that's great, whatever. But Musso fumbling the ball and letting him get a second shot, and the defense being half asleep, that was a really terrible way to start the game.
But Atalanta does not play well right now.
No, they're not.
I think even Gasperini is losing a little bit.
Well, and let's remember,
Gasperini is losing and picking the player that's supposed to play.
Yeah, I'm not making excuses for them. Gostin's hurt. Pessina's hurt now. Muriel's barely back. You know, some of their best players are not available for them. I'll just leave it at that. Gostin's, Muriel, Pessina, they're all hurt.
Yeah.
But they were to play. Until yesterday, they were to play.
Only human.
I'm just saying, though, like, give them – I cut them a little bit of break with that. That being said, their whole team was atrocious. Like, nobody played good yesterday.
Yeah.
And this is something I think we always say about, you know, us four at least don't give Milan enough credit. You know, every game they pull these games out all the time. You think, oh, maybe this is the week they're going to lose or they're going to tie, and they win. They win every time. You know,
they lost. You know what they lost? The cutscene.
I can't hear anything. Frankie's rustling his papers over here.
Hey,
how much sushi did I order?
Go ahead. What were you saying?
Like Napoli say, they lost the cazzima. You know, the willingness to win. Like they think they're strong now.
Who,
Atalanta?
Atalanta. They don't run the way they used to.
But they haven't accomplished anything. Like, how could they have lost their will to?
No,
you know what I mean?
They're not run the way they used to. Now they think they're all for a class.
I think physically they did lose a step for sure. If they get that back where they can outrun the other team and press them, they're not going to be able to have those same results. I mean, game after game. But I mean, we also say Gasparini's teams usually build towards later in the year, right? So, I mean, this could just be the normal Gasparini's teams too.
They're not 100% consistent. They go through funks, and this is one of their funks, you know.
Yeah.
But Milan was pretty impressive. Tonali, how much do we make fun of
Another
this
good
kid?
game.
How much do we make fun of him last year?
I'm
Because
actually
this
really
year-
happy for him.
This year is completely different.
Completely different.
But did we not say that it was all mental? Like the
Yeah,
stress,
I
like
mean,
with
a
him,
lot of it. Yeah.
the stress
You
of
just-
joining the new team.
Dan's kind of right. We don't give props to Milan, but like really quickly, look at this team. Like Magnan's awesome.
Mignon played a really solid game. Yeah.
Tamori, Kyer, Hernandez,
Tamori's good.
Like
Kyer's good.
that's insane. And then you have Tonali and Kessie.
Yeah, but let's just say everything is going well to right now to them.
there's-
No, they have a good team. They have a good
Salas
team.
Make is good, playing good too.
Well,
Yeah,
it's
and-
going well without Zlatan,
That's what I
without
was
Giroud.
Yeah.
Without
Hey, you
Giroud-
know what? I'll tell you something. You know when they start to lose? When Ibrahimovic should play.
I don't think so.
No, I don't
No,
think so.
probably.
So, I've learned after 25 years of betting against Zlatan, like I don't do it anymore. Like I think he's gonna ruin the chemistry. I think he's gonna. No, he always just.
The one thing this team is missing is a striker. That's literally the only thing they're
Yeah.
missing. Put Zlatan on that team, and the wingers are playing decent like they're playing right now. This team is gonna challenge for first place.
When's he due back though? Second half of the year, right?
No. I think he's gonna come back soon. I think he's back in training and stuff. He shouldn't be too much longer. Leao's finish was very nice. Magnan, like Chris said, he's a very solid goal. Like you don't even hear Donnarumma's name mentioned by anyone.
No,
and
they
that's
did a good job
so
there, right?
surprising.
It's like, they did a good job there because no one heard this guy's name. They just all of a sudden they bought him.
Well,
Listen, he won the French league last year.
No, I'm not saying
People
no
heard-
one's heard of him. I'm saying no one heard Milan's chasing this one guy. They did their background research and they knew if Donnarumma leaves, this is who I'm going to get.
He
And
was
they
their
just got him.
target. Yeah, he was their target, and they got him. They did a really good job.
About the possession, this will tell you even you have more possession than the other team, it doesn't mean you win.
I mean, look at the scoreboard too. The scoreboard says they only lost by 1 goal, but that game was not a 1-goal game.
No,
it was nowhere near that.
It was just sloppy by them. They weren't awake, and it was just dumb plays. Foiler and the Musso, that was sloppy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I
I still hope we haven't seen the best of Atalanta yet this year.
hope. Yeah, I don't think we've seen the best of either of these teams. I think they're both going to keep.
Yeah, it's a good
improving.
point. It's a good point. I think Milan's going to continue to improve too.
we
If they can keep Calabria healthy,
Yeah.
it's going to make.
that's a big if. But
You know what I don't understand? You just mentioned Calabria. How did he get there? Center forward.
because
Musso made a mistake.
Forward.
but Atalanta was asleep.
And
But he
Musso
always
made
makes
a
runs,
mistake.
Calabria.
Yeah,
But
it was,
Calabria
No, but
always
he
makes
got in the position of a center forward.
it was a kickoff.
And
From
that's off,
a full back.
and that's off
How many times
kickoffs.
How many times Gosens end up center forward?
No,
Yeah.
of course, and he played like that.
How did Sandro last game do it?
Yeah.
He did the same exact thing.
It happens.
Calabria is dangerous when he's in shape. He's dangerous. He does a lot of forward running on the right hand side.
He's good.
Yeah. And we don't even mention. I mean, we barely mentioned Diaz in this podcast. Like Diaz has been so strong. Improving. Day by day. Really stepping in. Chanaloglu. It's such a smart move for them to not sign him and give the reins to Diaz. He's a better player than him.
Yeah, I wish he was Italian.
Yeah, they got enough midfielders in Italy. They don't need.
No,
that.
we don't. We can never have enough.
If you think Milan, all the money they lost,
Yeah, of course.
And-
Donnarumma, Chalano,
But
I don't think that.
Yeah.
I mean, the idea to bring the salary down, and not to pay all these people this much money, it's fine. But if you think the money you lose, if you let it go all 0 for 0,
But then again, I know
you should.
we always go back to Juventus, but like they're giving out dung contracts and now they can't get rid of
I
them.
think Donnarumma is a special case because he's only 22.
Yeah.
yeah,
I mean, you sign him.
No, my son that is there, but with Donnarumma,
30, right?
you wouldn't lose with Donnarumma.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think you would have lost with him. 'cause I
With
think-
some people, if say you give a big salary, you cannot sell him no more.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think the age matters a lot when you overpay, especially because that's it. You're done. Like, who's gonna? When someone's 22, they're like, all right, I can play for a year and I can sell him. He's still going into his prime.
So, good example. I'm going back to Juventus again, but like they're looking to re-sign Quadrado. How old is he right now? 31.
But he'll probably get like a 1 or 2 year deal, like they do for Chiellini, probably.
Which is fine, but I'm saying if there's anything more than that, you're getting into.
I don't think they'll go more than 2 years for Quadrado. Do you? I don't think they'll go 3
No, 2
years.
years.
I
They
think
want
2
him for
years.
1 year. He wants a 2.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
this is where Maldini gets the credit. Yes, he lost those players, but he had a plan, and they haven't skipped a beat. They're even better than last year.
Yeah, but if you
Quadrado's
think about
33.
it, I think Quadrado, what he can make, 5 million, 6 million.
Yeah, but now we heard, so he's 33 now. So that does kind of change it. Like 2 years makes him 35.
Yeah, he's not.
And you have to think of the type of player he is. He's a fast player who needs his speed.
Yeah.
So at 35, is he going to be able to do what he does?
I mean, if he wants to sign for $2 million a year, then fine. You can have 2 years and be part of the roster. But the problem is they probably want, full salary, I'm assuming.
Of course.
No, but usually when you get to the age, they go to Greece by the end.
Well,
They tell you,
Yeah. So anyway, this is a fantastic result for Milan. Again, keep winning. I think they're in second place, right? And I don't see them slowing down. And we'll touch upon the Champions League games too, because of all the teams in the Champions League, they got 0 points, but they've been playing pretty well in that tournament.
So
too.
this is the interesting part, right? Out of all the Italian teams, Juventus has started off probably the worst domestically, right? But they've done the best in the Champions League after 2 games. The other teams that have played good, they can't manage to get a result in the Champions League.
Yeah, we'll go over the groups because they're in first place, and Atalanta's in first place of the group, so that's good. Don, do we have another game to talk about? Which I don't even remember which
Napoli,
one. Probably the Napoli game, yeah. Napoli, Fiorentina, 2-1 Napoli win. Fiorentina took the lead in the beginning of the game. They actually had the more possession and more chances early on in the game. They took the early lead. Vlahovic assist to Martinez Quarta. And then my biggest issue with Fiorentina, the way they played, was how they handled Osimhen. They were pushing up really high. He's beating him with speed. Playing too close to him, and he's also beating him. Like, they just couldn't handle him. He could run by them constantly, whether it was Milinkovic on him, Quarta on him, Adrizola, Polgar couldn't help. He was a big difference. Yeah, he was very.
So I think Osimhen is a typical player. Like when you, because I think you're right. He was beating everyone in speed and strength. Osimhen, if your defenders can't match up with him 1-to-1, which most can't,
they couldn't.
Then what you need to do is you need to have one behind and one in front to anticipate the ball. You need to squeeze him out of the space. You can't let him just get the ball, defend it, run on you, turn.
And that was the idea with Polgar playing a little deeper, and he was supposed to be helping, but he couldn't help enough for that.
I think Fiorentina
got screwed.
Didn't have the Vlahovic and Gonzalez, and that's the best. They didn't do not much.
Mm-hmm.
That's otherwise they would have won. And then I want to say something about the penalty. I mean, the goalie, what is he supposed to do? He played twice. He served it twice.
Oh, yeah.
Our defense.
Yeah.
Well, it's not even that. It's not even that. A great save on both of them. He makes the second save, and Insigne runs into him. How is that not a foul? I felt
that's a great point. We said the same thing, and we said, okay, even if you don't call the foul, did they review it?
No, I don't think so.
They didn't even review it. I'm like, these are the types of calls in the Juventus game. They always get do you remember they took away the goal from Ronaldo in the first week for one of his beard hairs being offside?
Yeah.
So this is where I don't understand it. But in the same token, it's like, where's the defense? Like, the goalie makes 2 saves. Can he get on the end of the ball? Like, really? Like, come on.
Yeah, I mean, that's such a strong arm he had on the first shot. For those who didn't see, I think it was Osimhen who got tripped up in the box. Yeah. Is that what happened?
Yeah.
And then Insigne takes the penalty shot. Dragowski, dives one way, puts his arm out, behind him. Solid arm, hits the ball, stops it dead in its track. A second save he makes on a rebound. Fiorentina's lost. None of the players even react to it, and then it gets put in by Lozano. Like nobody's
the first
moving.
save shoots the ball
And
back
then,
into the box,
did you
and he
see-
gets up
And
And the
Lozano,
goal they get it from the defense, the Napoli defense.
Yeah.
Well, this is a mark. That defense a mark like that.
well, that was the second goal.
There was
Off-
three
yeah.
people on Napoli at the end, and nobody was close.
That was Juventus-like marking.
That's what I was going to say. Is that there are so many free kick goals, crosses that like nobody can defend a cross anymore in the league. It's awful. There's just
Defense
wide
is
open
like
people.
hard.
Ramadan, the goal they did, that was a Koulibaly. There was another guy from Napoli at the end. You know, but Fiorentina, nobody was there.
Yeah, there could have been 3 Napoli players could have scored that goal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but nobody. I mean,
The defending in Serie A used to be the league that you could still go see good defense, and the day of a really good man-to-man defender, the days of like the gladiators, like they're gone. Like and not only are they gone, poor positioning. On corner kicks, they all try the zone marking, and then let their forwards get to the ball. Like just pick a man and guard them because you guys don't know what you're doing when people start running.
yeah, but where was the zone, Frank?
There was no zone.
Where was the 3 people in there? No, 3 Napoli.
Yeah.
They were
No,
all
Nobody ran. It was terrible.
They take a section, like, oh, it's over my head. I hope the 3 guys over there don't head it in. Like,
Yeah.
it's really sad, and I would like to see better defense come back because that's a staple of Italian soccer, and it's like to watch. You have very few defenders that are really good defending. Kyer, Chiellini, like
the game has
you
changed.
can probably name them with five.
I'm not really complaining. If you've seen the goals that were scored this week, like it is so fun. Like we'll go when we do the rundown. We'll tell you like what goals to watch because some of the goals were freaking insane.
Yeah, there's a lot of goals. That's true.
So I like it, but yeah, certain times it's like, come on, just can you mark someone at least? Like at least attempt to mark them. You're just running freely.
This game was frustrating though because I think Fiorentina deserved at least a tie, and now Napoli's still undefeated, and we're playing catch up. Everyone's playing
this is one of those games where like the Fiorentina, the Torino game. These are games that can take points from anyone, and as they check them off, these teams that are winning, right? Even if it wasn't necessarily their best game. Hey, that's one they checked off, right? It's another team that's not going to take points from them. So it's still early. It's week 7 or whatever it is.
Yeah,
but
I mean, I still like Fiorentina. I'm not, worried about Fiorentina. They're going to be.
No, I think Fiorentina and Torino are going to have good seasons.
Yeah. So yeah, but my big takeaway again is just Osimhen was just they had no answer as far as. And he missed some shots too.
And he was feeling it. His confidence. He's trying bicycle kicks. Like he played a really good game.
Like he's exactly what they thought they were buying.
Yeah, but there's something wrong in there. The mark also, man, they just was one guy at a time.
Yeah,
they should have a 2 guy at a time.
The strategy was not good. Yep. Somebody bullying them and somebody running with them, and hopefully you can stop them. And they didn't do that strategy.
Yep.
All right, let's move on. Dom, do you want to throw up the scores for the rest of the game so we can just quickly do a rundown? So the Cagliari Venezia game, 1-1 draw. Lucio, Pietro's new favorite player, scored in the 86th minute on a deflected shot, but it went in. Venezia played better than Cagliari. I thought they deserved, even more of a result than 1-1. So there was that. Salernitana got their first win of the season versus Genoa. Genoa, a terrible team, but like we said, Rovella is actually interesting to watch. If you get a chance to watch their games, he knows what he's doing. Like it's nice to see a young kid who knows what they're doing.
Defensively and offensively, he hustles.
He's always in the right position. He knows how to move the ball quickly.
Daniel, about Rovella, right? You say they don't give it the ball to him.
I didn't say that. They said they tried.
I don't think even the coach
play
him too much.
No,
he's playing. Sometimes most of the time you try to throw him out.
Listen, they know he's a good player. He takes all their free kicks. He takes all their corner kicks.
Juventus has to go back.
They know he's got skills. It's the other teammates who's got to make a better effort of getting him the ball.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sometimes he's clearly running into space, showing, so like, give me the ball, and they just go around. They go the long way, the short way, the back way. It's like It's like, so maybe because he's one of the younger people still on that team, they don't pay him enough
I think
confidence.
maybe because the coach didn't tell people give the ball to the midfield, and maybe they think Rovella is going to go Juventus back to Juventus.
What the coach should be saying is everyone play it simple, get him the ball, let him do the difficult things. That's what the strategy should be. Let him make the pass.
But
And I don't buy the whole he's going back to Juventus thing.
you distinguish player, midfielder, defensive, forward for that. The midfielder they are the one who should play with their feet. They play better.
And he does.
That's the way. That's accurate pass, vision, everything. All this thing. The rest, the forward score, the defense. But
I don't buy
if you have a good midfield, you have a good team.
Soccer 101 with Pietro.
I don't think the I see a snippet coming out of that one.
What do you say?
Soccer 101 with Pietro. Because you were like the defenders defend, the forwards.
No, that's a bullshit. No, I don't mean that. I'm just saying if you have a good midfield, everybody play well. Because midfield invite even the defender to go on the right wing and the left wing, and they give it the ball to they distribute it.
Yes,
they play the ball and they know they have a vision and they know what to do. And they tell them move.
What I don't buy is that they at all care that he's going back to Juventus.
You don't have a midfield, you don't have a team.
Yeah, I don't buy that either.
Teams like this, they don't care. The coach is lucky if he's even still, the second half of the year he's still employed.
They're going to be fighting for their safety. They don't care who gets the ball as long as they're winning. You know what I mean?
They're let's keep our safety, and the coach wants to keep his job. They're not like, I don't want to play Ravella because next year he might be back on Juventus.
Yeah, like, ooh, he's the enemy next year.
That's why we criticize Juventus, because we're going to have a midfield.
Yeah.
Below this
now we have one Locatelli.
Upset of the week over here, Bologna.
Not only that, it's also the best cheese on earth.
Sometimes they criticize the Bala, right? The Bala when they go back and get the ball. Sure, if you don't have a midfielder to bring the ball up, he has to come back to get the ball.
Okay.
Preach on, brother.
Upset of the week, Bologna 3, Lazio 0. So before Immobile's hurt, he's not playing anymore. I don't even know what happened to him, but he didn't play this game. He's not on the national team this week, so they didn't have him to begin with. But Sarri's team, who's supposed to be able to score nonstop against Bologna, who lets in 4 goals a game, they lose 3-0 to Bologna. Pretty terrible display from Lazio.
They're pretty inconsistent.
I will mention some of those goals that we talked about. Go watch Musa Barrow's goal. A very, very nice goal that he had. Bologna played.
Yeah, but can I say, Bologna had been playing like junk compared to what we expected them the last 3 games? I mean, they're not as bad as they've been playing.
No, they're not. But this is a terrible result for Lazio based off of
Bologna. Has one thing. Bologna are real good. Besides the Barrow. Yes, Mihailovic, the coach.
Yeah, Mihailovic, exactly.
Yeah, that's the Bologna.
Some people are ready to fire him based off the last 3 or 4 games.
Well, they did lose 6-1 to Inter.
They let up 13 goals in 3 games. They were playing terrible.
Right, and now they just beat Lotz, who just beat Rome.
Yeah. Listen, the league is pretty balanced. There's no dominant teams.
Yeah. Hellas Verona destroyed Spezia 4-0. Another goal that you want to go see is Coprari's goal.
Yeah, beautiful.
He also had a nice assist to Farioni.
And going back, if Pirlo would have listened to Tudor and last year,
well,
maybe he would have fixed.
But let's relax, because Mota's an idiot.
Who?
Thiago Motta.
No, Tudor.
I know, but I'm saying they're playing Spezia and they're terrible.
Yeah, but when I
said Spezia hasn't played that bad.
Although they're orange.
I don't feel like they've played that bad, have they?
Yeah, they haven't been as bad as I thought.
On the prediction, I made a mistake. I said Motta, the first coach to leave.
Yeah, you already lost that one.
Yeah, I lost that one.
Did you guys see their jerseys? Pretty nice.
The orange jerseys for Spezia. Yeah. That's what you have something good to say about them. The jerseys. Yeah. Tudor, like you said, 4-0 win for Hellas Verona. Good win for them.
Tudor could probably still step in and play defense on some of these teams.
Probably, right?
Oh, 4 games, 8 points.
Yeah. Samp Udinese, to me, this is the game of the week. I love this game. I don't know if you guys watched it.
It was great.
The trident of Caputo, Quags, and Kondreva, who's quickly becoming my favorite player in the league. Kondreva's goal was, yes, I don't care. In his twilight, 34 years old, I want him on Juventus.
Kondreva was always good. Now
I know, but I'm saying they gave up on, Inter got rid of him.
Who was that?
I still like him.
Juventus got rid of him.
Yeah, but
Kondreva.
Yeah, he was on Juventus.
Did you see
it was
that goal?
Kondreva.
Goal he scored was insane. Did you see it, Frank?
No.
Watch the highlights.
He's a playing better than when he was in Inter.
Yeah, he's playing fantastic.
If you have not seen the goal, please go watch the highlights. Do yourself a favor. It was beautiful.
3-3 draw. I think they deserve better. They should have got the win in that one, but they got a point.
They were lose Sampdoria, no?
Yeah, that game was back and forth. Win, loss, tied up, all that stuff.
Listen, Caputo drawing penalties, Quag scoring them, Kondreva's
Caputo's corner.
Yeah, that was pretty quick, producer man. That team's just fun to watch. I love them.
Yep. Give me another 100 years of those guys.
Yeah, seriously, you can't not root for those guys, especially Quagliarella, right? It's like, come on.
Rome beat Empoli 2-0. Pellegrini had another goal. He also signed a new contract till 2026, so he's not going anywhere, which is good news.
I feel like might be my MVP.
That doesn't mean nothing, going nowhere.
Because it means something. It means something. Don't take this.
He signed until 25, but this guy still sell.
Okay. Did you guys know he had a relegation clause of $30 million? Why did nobody jump on that?
Well, they tried.
He had a what?
A release clause. A release clause, not a relegation clause. A release clause of $30 million.
Of $30 million? What, this year?
Yeah.
Yeah, an active release clause. Nobody jumped on that?
There was a couple teams interested. Mourinho didn't want to get rid of him.
So anyway, that's gone now. He's signed until 2026. They love him there. I don't see him going anywhere anytime soon. He's got a new contract, so it buys them a few more years at least.
Yeah.
2-0 win against Empoli, and then the other games we talked about, Fiorentina, Atalanta. We already talked about those games. We did have the Champions League also, which we're not going to go into too much detail. But Dom, if you want to throw it up. I thought I had the results there too, but maybe not. Juventus is top of their group, 6 points. The game against Chelsea, who none of us thought that that they would pull this one out. 3 points, awesome, good results. Atalanta beat Young Boys. Milan lost 2-1 to Atletico Madrid. Disappointing. I feel like they deserve more than 0 points in that game. And then Inter 0-0 tied at Shakhtar, which, that's a very disappointing result for them.
Feel bad for that forward. I don't know. I wouldn't watch the highlight, but he pretty much broke his leg on Shakhtar. That was pretty nasty.
It was pretty gruesome. Europa League, Napoli lost. This is the one game they lost all season. They win the league.
But
games.
they had a red card in the 30th minute, right?
Well, the Milan, they got a red card that wasn't there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Milan deserves better. It is Champions League. The fact that they have 0 points sucks because they're better than that, and it's frustrating.
Let's hope they can somehow rally.
Yeah, they're not out of it. I don't think they're out of the group.
But 0 points after 2 games.
Yeah, it's going to be tough to come back, but they're playing well.
Yeah.
Napoli lost to Spartak Moscow 3-2. Lazio beat Lokomotiv Moscow 2-0. And in the Conference League, Rome beat FC Zara Luhansk 3-0. So they continue to dominate that great conference.
I think that was the driver in my Uber.
And if you look at the groups, Juventus is on top, Atalanta's on top, Milan's somewhere in the middle. Milan's in third. And that group, that Inter group, by the way, Sheriff has 6 points. Real Madrid has 3 points. Inter has 1 point. Shakhtar has 1 point. Who the hell is Sheriff? I don't even know what team that is.
You believe it? Inter might be out, huh?
I mean, yeah, Sheriff's going to qualify instead of that. Yeah, that's the most surprising group right there.
What's the next game? Sheriff to what? Shakhtar?
No, I think Inter plays Sheriff.
Inter Sheriff.
Oh, next game. What is it? Sheriff is Shakhtar?
No, Sheriff Inter is next.
If Sheriff win, Inter's out.
Yeah, I mean, Sheriff, if they would have 9 points. That'd
As
be
much
tough
as I
to-
hate Inter, I hope all the Italian teams go forward. We need
Yeah,
fun.
for
No,
sure.
I hope they out.
I don't agree with that. I want the Italian teams.
You don't agree. I agree because when Juventus play, if we have 50% of Italy that wants to lose.
Well,
Because
that's
the game to
because they're
lose.
losers. We
No,
win.
they're not losing. No, I'll do the same.
So really quickly in chat, Poot says Sheriff is a Moldovan team. I've never heard of it.
Moldova.
That's a
I've never-
strong.
The
With
soccer
the
strong
power
lead.
of Moldova.
Oh, with the Inter, when you talk to them, you know what they have? They say to you all the time, we did the triplet. That's what they say.
Well, they're right. They did it.
Well, they're right.
I'm just trying to get him. I'm just
Oh.
trying to get him.
Yeah, you are.
If you saw the game that time or you remember when they won a triplet, Chelsea was better than them. Play 90 minutes and then they goal.
Tell
They
that
were,
tell that to Mourinho. He's got the 3
They
titles.
were like.
Anyway, they have 1 point and Sheriff has 6. Atalanta first in their group, Juventus first in their group. Dom, what do we have else? What else do we have? We have Italy's call-ups, right? Because there's a week off of games. Or no, actually go to our predictions first. Because just to quickly go over that, because I took the lead and I want to gloat a little bit. I got 2 games exactly correct. Frank, you did okay. You got something right.
And what about me? Oh,
You're the only one who picked Juventus, so you got 1 point. Frank got 2 points for the exact score of Sassuolo Inter. I picked the same thing, so I got 2 points, and then I got the correct score of Fiorentina Napoli, so I got another 2 points. So
I had the Milan Atalanta score correct, just the wrong teams.
8 points for Frank, 10 for me, 9 for Chris, and
I figure
you have 4.
Dan, Chris, Frank, Pietro.
He says it every week. I do it in the order that we sit. So
I don't
people
believe
know.
it. Last year I wasn't playing. I was more than everybody.
I
You
don't
just
think-
can't handle the pressure now.
Yeah,
the
it's
lights are on.
too much pressure on you.
That's why I don't bet.
I think we should have out of how many possible points, because I'm pretty sure it's out of a possible 50 at this point.
No, Dom, what is it? Is it possible 24? I think
God.
24. Yeah.
We don't even have 24
Oh,
combined.
well, actually, 24 picks, 48 points. Out of a possible 48 points, I have 10, and I'm in the lead.
Let's keep in mind. I got a bonus 2 points for predicting Francesco getting fired.
Yeah, you're pretty bad, too. Anyway, let's go to the Italy call-ups and take a look at that. We have – so I want to see if this is updated.
Make it a little bigger there, son.
It's not fully updated because there were some moves that were made today. So
It's surprising, right? Like
no, I mean 23 people.
Tolo, he got injured.
Yeah, so Toloi is out, Calabria's in. To me,
That's an upgrade.
Why Calabria wasn't selected in the first place is a head scratcher.
Well, because he's just coming back from injury, probably.
He should still be on the team. He's the best Italian right back in the world. He should be on the team anyway. So no Pessina. They haven't named a replacement for Pessina yet.
Politano's on the team or no?
No, people are saying Tonali probably maybe would get that spot.
It could be Politano.
No, Tonali they left under 21.
Oh, so then maybe Politano will be the choice.
So Tonali does deserve it though, for sure.
Tonali, I mean, he's played great. So no surprises. Immobile not there, so Kane went there. So it'll be interesting to see who starts up top. Does he start with Raspadori up top? You guys think?
I hope so.
I don't think he does. I think he's going to do a false 9 situation and play Chiesa, Insigne, and Berardi. I think that's how he's going to start.
I can see that. Yeah,
it would be nice.
Yeah,
I could see that because that's when they played their best games or the best times in the Euro too.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, when Belotti and Immobile weren't there, when he made the changes, they played better.
And neither of them are, they're both hurt, so neither of them can even touch the field.
This team is crazy. Look at this midfield. So you're not going to play some of these guys. Barella, Jorginho, Locatelli, or Pellegrini, or Verratti. All of them are not going to start.
Yeah, it's going to be probably
Jorginho, Verratti, and Barella.
Yeah, that's what it's going to be.
So that's what I'm saying. So you're going to have Locatelli, Pellegrini on the bench. I mean,
and Cristante.
Yeah, I mean it's
good.
It's a solid team. The defense.
That's good because like that, if you have good people, you can change.
And they push each other.
Yeah.
If you know how to switch, if you know fall asleep.
I still think he takes too many forwards. He should take more midfielders, personally.
No, they're not going to play.
I think it's a good balance of people in each position.
How many do they get? Do they get 25 for this, or
It's
is it
23.
23.
Yeah.
But you
So-
see, nowadays, on the forwards, you want the people that move.
Yeah.
You don't want the people that stay.
And that's why you want. That's why I think Insigne, Chiesa, and
Hey,
Berardi.
Berardi would be the choices.
I could see that.
What is Bernadeschi holding over these coaches?
Chris hates Bernadeschi.
Why is he on the team?
This is the one team he plays good for.
He's in love with Mancini, Bernadette.
I don't get it.
Dom, throw up the schedule because we have
Allegri, Mancini, and Bernadeschi have Canasta tonight.
So this is actually the semifinals of the Nations League. So it's Italy versus Spain, October 6th at 2:45. And then Belgium-France is the other semifinal game on the 7th at 2:45. Winner goes to the final on the 10th, and there's a third place game. So Italy will play 2 games. It's just a matter of if it's first place or third
And what do
place.
you get if you win this thing again?
I don't know. I think it's a bogus.
Doesn't that mean you qualify or something? Or what does it get you?
I have no idea. What
No,
it
they did already this to qualify.
Yeah, I don't know. I honestly don't know what this means. For me,
No,
this game, Spain was the only team that gave him trouble in the Euros. So I'm not optimistic about this game. Spain is very, very good.
Belgium and France, they play in Torino.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. And maybe Italy, Spain, they play Milano.
Yeah,
Oh,
Italy's a home game. Yeah, I know that.
Right.
I didn't know the other game was in Italy too.
So I'm assuming the third and final are in Italy too. Then
maybe I have no idea. I personally don't have a good feeling about this game. I know they're on a streak of no losses since forever, but Spain was the one team who gave them hell during the tournament, and they're going to do it again. So if I'm predicting, I'm saying 2-1 win for Spain.
What?
Are we predicting this?
Yeah, let's predict this. We might as well.
You want to predict it?
Why not? It's a game that's supposed to mean something.
3-2 for Italy. Italy, Spain.
I'm gonna say
2-1. 2-1 Italy.
That's what I'm gonna say. 2-1 Italy.
Okay, so we'll see. And hopefully we'll see them in the finals. But who knows? Dom, do we have any other slides? Anything else? Oh yeah, we can look at the table, I guess, because
my
he's right.
sushi's getting warm.
Warm sushi, yum. Juventus is creeping back up the charts there. Tied for sixth place. So again, not a good season for them, but they're at least in the mix now.
The amazing part is they're still 10 points behind Napoli.
That's the scary part.
Yeah,
right?
but what do you think? Napoli is going to win all the time?
No.
No, but they beat us head to head, which counts as 2.
Hey, Napoli, when he loses the first game, he loses the second one, 2 in a row. Senti che trivia. This is what I tell you.
He's predicting a collapse from them.
No, loses the first one and second right away too.
So you got Napoli, Milan, Inter, Rome in the top 4. Fiorentina stayed in 5th, and then Lazio keeps
Anyway, we got to 2-11. We got Atalanta and Lazio already, right? We don't count Bologna. Bologna not going to stay there.
But what's your goal?
Why not?
Is your goal Champions League, or is your goal?
When we restart, we have a Roma. Now, if we beat Roma, we're at 14 points. Let's see where.
But Dan's right. What is your goal? You're just hoping Champions League, or you think the
I don't know.
title?
From now we get closer to fourth place, and then we go from there.
Well, right now they're sitting pretty in the Conference League.
I need Torino to get more than 8 points.
So for me, the teams that I want to see with more points, Torino and Samp. I want Samp with more points. I think they deserve. I think Samp deserve more points. Napoli, Bologna, I don't see them staying on the left side of the board. I see them. Empoli and Bologna. I don't see them staying on the left side.
Hey, look at my prediction. My prediction when I put Venezia, Salernitana, and Spezia, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or Empoli. What is it?
I don't know. I think you picked all the promoted teams.
Who was promoted? Venezia, Salernitana,
and Empoli. We're in 10th place.
And 2 are there. Empoli, where is it? Empoli. Cagliari is disappointed. 2 years in a row disappointed.
Yeah. But
Cagliari
Coyote's the type of team in the winter break transfer window, they're gonna buy players because they know they don't want to go down. So their team's gonna be better in the second
they
half.
did last year.
They did it last year. They're gonna do it again this year.
Yeah, but not every time it's you can figure things.
Yeah. Anyway, I think that's it, guys. We spent an hour and 10 minutes talking about
Nothing.
everything.
Best comedy podcast on the East Coast.
Do yourselves a favor, like, subscribe, follow on Twitch, follow on YouTube, follow on Twitter, follow on Instagram, follow on all the podcasts. We're in your face. Just deal with it. Accept it already, all right? All right. You guys have a good night.
Good night.
Adios.